What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm starting a new weekly series here called Monday Metal Mayhem, or Metal Mayhem Monday. I'm not really sure on the title. Kind of in keeping with the whole Thick Riff Thursday, that kind of thing. You know, shout out to Nick Broomhall, who's an amazing music producer. I just want to do something that's kind of a weekly series. It's kind of a little glimpse into, you know, how I flesh out songs, how I write riffs. And basically this is a masterclass on what not to do when writing metal music. So if you're interested in that, follow along and see what happens here. Also, I want to make this kind of a twofer videos because I'm also doing a showcase of this beautiful guitar here. This is the Legator N7 Slaughter series, a 7-string guitar. I had this guitar now in my possession for about a week. Got it from Zounds, you know, on loan. And I just wanted to kind of, you know, showcase it a little bit, but not do the usual guitar demo thing. So I figured instead, let's just write some music. You can see a little glimpse into how I put together songs. And I do have a couple fully finished songs. However, today we're gonna work on something new because, you know, I gotta keep the suspense there. I gotta build it up for a couple of weeks. Yeah, like I said, masterclass on what not to do. So here's a little riff I kind of came up with. So it goes something like this. So that's all I have as far as the opener goes. Then it kind of goes into this whole, just a little rhythmic section. It's kind of like that kind of a thing. Okay, so here we are in Logic, and it's raining outside. Nice. So here's the intro riff, and I'm gonna play it sloppy, but that's what you get. Something to that effect. So whenever I'm writing new riffs, for some reason, I always write things that are more complicated than they need to be. I don't really know why I do that. I guess I'm just always trying to improve or kind of outdo myself. It's kind of a bad habit, but on the, you know, on the flip side, on the positive, it does help me to kind of push the envelope in what I can play. I'm just trying to get the idea across, so we're just gonna lay it down, some sloppy, you know, scrap takes, and I don't call them scratch takes, I call them scrap takes because they're going in the garbage afterwards. Let's see if we can riff this one out again. Let's do it. Not too good, but we're gonna keep it for now, and we'll just stick it up there, and you know where you can stick it. Let's move this amp over to the tracks I just dragged it to, which are the heavy rhythm tracks. You know, my process for how I kind of lay out stuff in my template is going to be obviously different than yours. And like I said, this is probably all wrong, but that's okay because it's a learning process. So we're going to try to learn. And yeah, alrighty then. So that is the intro, and we'll put some bass and drums on this in a minute. So the next kind of section is another little difficult passage for me. It's kind of, well, let's just play through it a few times, see if I can get it right. That ain't right. I don't even know what just happened there. What? Somehow I put a channel strip on from a previous song. That's a first, man. Wow. Okay. All right, so the next section is kind of, I'll play it slow because I don't know, I can't play it fast. The slower I try to play it and analyze it, the harder it is to play, which is really weird. But it's kind of like, I'm just gonna try to play it up to speed, see what happens. That sucked. Okay, let's we're just gonna split this in half. split the difference, and drag it up in place and see what we have so far. And probably scrap this entire thing. All right, what do you guys think of that so far? I think it's kind of cool. I think it's got some mojo. It's got a vibe going on. And of course, you know, I'm gonna redo all these takes later. I just want to get it down so I don't forget the riffs, because, you know, I went to have lunch and I forgot the riffs already, and it took me 10 minutes to refigure them out. So yeah, usually what other people do is they start writing drums. I'm a terrible drummer. I'm a terrible drum programmer. So I kind of put it off, you know, a little bit. Probably shouldn't, but I wish I could just like write drums in every section, you know, like right now, throw the drums down, bass, done, move on. But what I tend to do is I make it more difficult. So like I said, masterclass and what not to do. I like to just keep fleshing out the song, keep moving along with the riffs and the guitar, because, you know, I'm a guitar player. That's what I do. So what comes after this? Let's listen to this one more time and see, you know, try to think of what can I play after this? What repeats, or is there something new? Let's go. All right, I'm thinking after that section we need something like maybe something simpler, maybe some chord work. So we're in the key of A minor because I've got this guitar in drop A. So something in A minor. Let's just figure that out. Maybe something like that. Let's try it. All right, we're gonna try to record it. Yeah, let's just try to record it. Man, I'm losing it. First episode is a flop. That's okay. We need a tail for that. 1, 2, 3. All right. So let's just redo that whole take with that ending there. And if I know what the hell I'm doing, today's my first day on the job. Not quite, but it'll work for now. Yeah, stick that in place. That's not in place. That's in place. And one more time, guys. One more time. Get her done, skis. Get her done. Everything but that last tail wasn't bad. And by not bad, I mean it was all horrible. Anyways, let's listen from the beginning and see what we got so far. That ending. It's so easy. Now, how did I screw that up? Okay, that's one good take. I usually record on a separate track and then just kind of pop it in place, and I'll do all the fades, you know, the equal power fades in and out, all that stuff afterwards. All right, back on screen. So I'm using Trivium drums today, and I'm just loading up all the tracks. We want to make sure they're all showing in the track lanes. Just makes it a little bit easier to mix later on. So create tracks. That should have worked, and indeed it did. Okay, cool. So, yeah, you know, I kind of cheat when it comes to drums. Like I said, I'm not a drummer. So basically what I'll do is I'll start off with a groove and then I'll tweak it afterwards. So let's just see what we have for this section first of all. You know what? I like that for the intro. Just kick and snare. Oh, there we go. Sometimes you gotta do one of these deals. Get everything in view. I don't like any of this. All that gots to go. Yeah, I'm feeling the 2/4 beat here, kind of, for the intro section. Let's see. Right there is when it doubles up. Just before the fill. Like I said, guys, this is a case of what not to do. All right, and then what are we doing for hats here? What are we gonna do? Looking good so far. So we're finally done with the bass and the drums for now. Preliminary, I'm still going to work on it, you know, fix it up a little bit, clean it up. But threw the old Ozone 11 on there, and let's see what we have. And then we'll discuss guitar in detail afterwards. Get her done. All right, that is the song, and it still needs a lot of work, but like I said, this is kind of my first episode. It's gonna be sloppy. We'll fix it up a little bit in post, and hopefully it'll sound better when I get the video out. Let's discuss the guitar now. This is, like I said, the Legator Slaughter N7. It's based on their Ninja series, the N. It's a 7-string, and this is a 26.5-inch scale length, which for me is kind of perfect because it's not too long, so it's not too foreign feeling. When you're comparing it to a standard 6-string guitar. It's got a mahogany body. It's got a 3-piece maple neck that you can't see because it's painted the same color as the body. However, the neck has like a low gloss as opposed to the high gloss finish of the body. So you can't really see it on camera, but it's a little less glossy, a little less, a little more satiny feeling. And these Legators have some of the thinnest necks I've ever played, but for some reason they're just so comfortable. They really feel amazing. I've had a blast with this guitar so far. I didn't even throw in the old the kill switch there into the riff. I guess I can do that, maybe with a solo or something. It's got push-pull pots. It's got Fishman Fluence pickups that come in this beautiful red color. Red's my favorite color. You can also get this guitar in the black with the red blood spatter, look to it, which is really cool. And it's got this kind of crazy logo on the 12th fret, which is for Alex Terrible. I wasn't familiar with him or with the band that he's in, but that looks kind of cool too. It's kind of like, I don't know, it looks like something that maybe your 6-year-old kid drew. You know what I mean? He said, draw a devil face, and that's what he drew. So that's what that looks like to me. We're just going to go over this one really quick, guys, because basically today's episode is about the music. It's about putting together a riff, metal riffs, Monday Metal Mayhem, whatever we're going to call it. Episode 1. This has been a lot of fun. I just wanted to offer a little glimpse into kind of how I start to write songs from, just a basic little riff that you get in your head. But yeah, this guitar has been a blast to play. I really like this one a lot, guys. I love the last Legator I checked out. This one is no different. It's so comfortable. It's got the active pickups there with the battery compartment. It's even got a signature by this Alex Terrible fellow. So that's cool, I guess, This guitar currently retails for $1,400 here in the US. I've got a link down below in the description box if you want to get full details. So today's riff was really cool. Let me know if I should build this out to a full song, full demo track for something. And yeah, just give me your thoughts and opinions on kind of how I go about, putting stuff down in the DAW. Kind of, my steps, my process. Yeah, this is the start of a really cool song, and I just wrote this today. I mean, this was usually, when I'm writing music, it takes me days and days, if not a week or more, to kind of flesh out an idea, but for some reason I was just inspired with this guitar today, and that just came out. So there you have it. Drop A sounds pretty good. I will mention this though, I would probably go with the heavier gauge strings because this low A is really floppy, so it was difficult getting those tight percussive, palm mutes and chugs. I'll say this too about the 26.5-inch scale length. Now, for me, I'm just a little more comfortable with that. I prefer it. If you're new to 7 strings or you're new to trying one out, you might want to go with this scale length as opposed to something longer. That's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm comfortable with. I get along with 27s as well, but I do prefer something just a little bit shorter. It's kind of a trade-off. It's like the shorter scale length, you're gonna have to go heavier gauges for lower tunings. Perhaps you won't want to tune down as low with the shorter scale lengths. It's all just kind of a give and take. You got to kind of figure out what's the best scale length for you, what's the best string gauges, what tuning are you generally using the most. It's all personal preference, right? But I'll tell you this guitar sounds great. And, I have tried the Fishman Fluence pickups in some other guitars previous to this one, and I just didn't get along with them so well. I think it takes a little bit of extra effort to kind of learn what their kind of EQ curve is, the frequency spectrum that they kind of push out. It's a lot more mid-forward. There's a lot more high-end as well, I find, so there's a lot of kind of dialing back, low passes in your mix, but it's not difficult at all. I mean, you get a nice, evenly balanced, nice compressed tone with these Fishman Fluence pickups, and this guitar is just, literally, it's a killer. Like, literally, somebody got killed on top of this guitar. That's what it looks like. Yeah, so there you go, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. This has been episode 1 of Monday Metal Mayhem. We're going with that working title for now. Stick around for more because next week I've got a much better song. It's fully done, fully mixed, ready to go. And I did it in the style of a famous YouTube guitarist, which I'll tell you more about that when that video drops. But I'm really excited about that one. That's a full song. It's a lot better than this. Leave your comments down below. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it, guys. All you guys that have subscribed, thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I'm out of here. See ya!